The Midnight Caravan in ancient Babylon, 1700 years before Christ, the night belonged to those brave enough to claim it. When the sun set over the Euphrates, honest merchants closed their shops. Families locked their doors, the city gates sealed shut. Only fools or criminals moved through darkness. But sometimes survival demanded foolishness. This is the story of a caravan that left at midnight, breaking every rule, defying every authority, racing against impossible odds, because sometimes the most dangerous journey is the only path to safety. Meet Bey Libni, 42 years old, caravan master. For 20 years, he had led trade expeditions across Mesopotamia. Babylon to Mari, Babylon to Ashur, safe routes, reliable schedules, predictable profits. He knew every road, every inn, every danger between cities, but this journey would be different. Because this caravan carried something no merchant wanted to transport: refugees. The city of Larsa had fallen not to conquest, to plague. A disease that killed within days, fever, bleeding, death. It spread through the city like fire through dry reeds. Thousands died, tens of thousands fled. Refugee camps formed outside Babylon's walls. Among the refugees was a family Bey Libni knew: Ahadam, his wife, 3 children. Ahadam had been Bey Libni's business partner 15 years ago. Before Larsa, before family, before plague, they had traveled together. Built trust, survived dangers. Ahadam had once saved Bey Libni's life during a bandit attack. Now Ahadam needed saving again. His family was stuck in the refugee camps. Disease spreading, food scarce. Babylon's gates closed to refugees because the city feared plague. The camps were becoming mass graves. Ahadam's brother lived in the northern city of Nineveh, safe, far from plague. If the family could reach there, they would survive. But Nineveh was 300 miles away. Through territories increasingly hostile to refugees, through checkpoints, closing borders. Through a world that saw fleeing plague victims as contagion to be avoided. No caravan would transport them. Too risky, too controversial, authorities were watching. Any caravan caught moving refugees faced severe penalties. Bey Libni understood the risks. This wasn't a business decision. This was a dead decision. Ahadam had saved his life. Now Ahadam's children would die in a refugee camp unless someone helped. And Bey Libni couldn't live with that calculation. He assembled a small caravan for camels. 2 guards willing to take the risk, supplies for a 3-week journey. He told other merchants he was transporting pottery. Valuable but not suspicious, standard trade. The real cargo would be loaded at midnight, outside Babylon's walls, where city guards didn't patrol. The plan was simple but illegal: load Ahadam's family onto the camels, disguise them as caravan workers, move north before dawn, avoid checkpoints, use back routes, reach Nineveh before authorities realized what was happening. Everything that could go wrong probably would. But the alternative was watching a friend's family die when he had the means to prevent it. Midnight, the loading point outside Babylon's walls. Ahadam waited with his wife and 3 children, ages 7, 5, and 2. The youngest was sick, coughing, feverish, the sound that struck terror into every heart. Was it plague, or just a common illness? Bey Libni faced his first decision: abort or continue. A sick child increased the risk exponentially. If the child had plague, everyone in the caravan was doomed. Guards would kill them rather than let them spread contagion. Towns would refuse them entry. They could die in the desert. But if he refused, the child would certainly die in the camp. No medical care, no shelter, no hope. He loaded them anyway. Cover the child's cough, he told Ahadam's wife. If guards hear it, we're all dead. They traveled through darkness, avoiding main roads, using smuggler paths Bey Libni had learned over 20 years. The first checkpoint appeared at dawn. A territorial border, guards inspecting all travelers, looking specifically for refugees. Bey Libni approached carefully. His permits showed pottery transport. The guards examined his authorization, looked at his camels. Then the youngest child coughed, a small sound. But in the morning silence, it echoed. The guard's hand moved to his sword. Bey-Libni improvised. My nephew, common cold, had it for weeks. Not plague, the lie was dangerous. The guard hesitated. Plague or cold, risk or paranoia? His instructions were clear. No sick travelers. He waved them through. Keep that child away from cities. If it's plague, you'll spread it. 9 more checkpoints to go. The journey became a nightmare of close calls. At each checkpoint, new lies, new explanations, new gambles. The child's condition worsened. The cough became constant. Fever spiked. They needed medicine, needed doctors. On day 8, they reached the city of Ashur, halfway to Nineveh. They needed supplies. Water was running low. Bey-Libni would enter the city alone. The family would hide in a cave outside the walls. He would return before sunset. He entered Ashur's markets, bought supplies quickly, heard disturbing news. Authorities were searching for a caravan transporting refugees. The description matched his group. Someone had reported them. The hunt was on. He returned to the cave. They abandoned the back routes, took the main road, speed over stealth, racing toward Nineveh. On day 11, they saw Nineveh, the great city on the Tigris, safety, home, if they could reach it. But the final checkpoint was thorough. Nineveh was enforcing strict quarantine. The sick child was a catastrophe. Bey-Libni faced his final gamble. He chose honesty, explained everything. The plague, the refugee camp, the friend who had saved his life. The checkpoint commander listened, then made a call no one expected. The child has a common infection, not plague. The child reached Nineveh's hospital, received treatment, survived. It wasn't plague. Within 3 days, she was recovering. Bey-Libni was fined heavily, lost his license for 2 years. But not imprisoned. The court showed mercy. Ahadam's family survived. The youngest became a physician, saved others as she had been saved. Bey-Libni returned to Babylon. He had paid his debt, saved a life that had once saved his. The midnight caravan broke every rule. It was illegal, it was dangerous, and it was absolutely necessary. Silent Babylon, where ancient civilizations speak.